They're truly worlds apart, but each location is a key building block leading up to that big summit on the 12th of June between Donald Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong Un. Let's begin with the first location, the bustling capitalist Eden of New York. This is where the first meeting is happening. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo meeting with General Kim Jong-chol. There are three Kims in this story, so pay attention. Kim Jong-chol, the right-hand man of the North Korean leader. They're trying to bridge the gap on denuclearization. Can Pompeo convince General Kim to give up nuclear weapons is the big question. What guarantees can he offer that would persuade the North Koreans? At the other end, over 6,000 kilometers away in North Korea, is the second meeting. This is Kim across the Pacific. North Korea's austere capital, Pyongyang. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov is here to boost his country's profile in Pyongyang, and he has said that North Korea should denuclearize in phases. Denuclearization should be linked to the withdrawal of US sanctions. The US military presence in South Korea must also end. And our final building block in this puzzle is the shiny city of the city-state of Singapore. This is where the third meeting is happening. This is where the Trump-Kim summit is due to be held. A high-level White House delegation led by Joe Hagin is present here. Also a North Korean team led by another Kim. This is Kim Chang-son, aide to Kim Jong Un. Both teams are tying up logistics, including where their leaders will stay. The resort island of Sentosa may be favored for its privacy and seclusion. There is a parallel meeting that is underway on the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea and US officials. The two Koreas seem committed to peace and ending the 65-year-old state of war between them. The US must remain in step while ensuring its interests in the region are preserved. So much activity in so many different locations, and one question: has there been any breakthrough on the issue of denuclearization that could derail the summit? That's the big puzzle for the pundits and the international media that's tracking the story. Nothing has filtered out to suggest a breakthrough of any kind. But we do have some encouraging words from Moon Jae-in, South Korea's president, who met Kim Jong Un for the second time a few days ago.
6월 12일 북미 정상회담이 성공적으로 이루어져야 하며 한반도의 비핵화와 항구적인 평화 체제를 위한 우리의 여정은 결코 중단될 수 없다는 점을 확인하고 이를 위해 긴밀히 상호 협력하기로 하였습니다.
At the same briefing, President Moon was even more explicit. Listen into this.
김정은 위원장은 판문점 선언에 이어 다시 한번 한반도의 완전한 비핵화 의지를 분명히 했으며 북미 정상회담의 성공을 통해 전쟁과 대립의 역사를 청산하고 평화와 번영을 위해 협력하겠다는 의사를 피력하였습니다.
The trouble here is that American and North Korean views on denuclearization are pretty much poles apart. For the US, it means dismantling all of North Korea's nukes, dismantling and destruction of nuclear facilities and equipment, a permanent end to the North's nuclear and missile tests. The North's view is very different. Nuclear weapons are the sole guarantee that the US will not attack the North. It is the sole guarantee of the survival of the Kim Jong Un regime. So denuclearization must be a prolonged process and reversible. Denuclearization over time will build confidence, perhaps even trust. Every step in denuclearization must be matched by American concessions. The North will retain nuclear weapons, but it will not test anymore. A peace treaty with the US is what they're looking for. Fortunately, think tanks and experts in the US have pitched in with suggestions and recommendations for the government. Presumably, people like Mike Pompeo will see wisdom in going through those ideas and ensure that Donald Trump does not try and bulldoze his way through. It's a difficult call. It may help that Pompeo and his North Korean counterpart, General Kim Jong-chol, come from similar military and intelligence backgrounds. They've both gone through the grind in a similar fashion. General Kim is the archetypal insider, having served in earlier avatars over many years. He knows the mind of Kim Jong-un and what he wants. Ultimately, it may come down to this general and Mike Pompeo working out the best way forward. Now, when two heads of state meet, we often harp a lot on the personal chemistry or the lack of it. If you talk to diplomats, they tell you the significance of this personal equation is not exaggerated. Such equations can make or break deals. But what happens when you're going for for a high-stakes negotiation with a man you've never met? How do you assess his responses? How do you preempt his moves? This is a challenge the Trump administration is now facing. And they're relying on intelligence assessments of North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. And this is what they've concluded so far. Kim is a rational actor, they believe. He's motivated only by one thing, that is the survival of his regime. He wants the world to believe that he's working towards denuclearization, but he will not do anything that cannot be reversed. He might agree to give up some warheads and missiles, but he will not give up his capabilities. So was the destruction of the Punggye-ri nuclear testing site a sham? Satellite imagery now suggests that the site may have been cleaned before being blown up.
3 carefully triggered explosions and North Korea had made history. As the tremors tapered off and the dust and debris settled, North Korea had made good on its promise to destroy the Punggye-ri nuclear test site. But hang on, was this just a sound and light show? A spectacle for the team of international journalists present. There were no experts who could tell if the tunnels at the site had actually been blown up. No radiation dosimeters were allowed. Satellite images of Punggye-ri did suggest some cleanup activity going on in the days before the blasts. What satellite imagery showed? Early this month, US intelligence claimed cables leading to the tunnels were being removed. Other imagery showed a truck at the entrance to the south tunnel. It's not clear what, if anything, was removed. Jason Lewis of the Non-Proliferation Program in California's Middlebury Institute for International Studies has a view to offer. He says, quote, "The only reason to sanitize the site is if you are planning on protecting national security information. The North Koreans are still treating information about their nuclear weapons program as sensitive. That suggests North Korea is unlikely to hand over actual nuclear weapons." Unquote. The North could have other sites besides Punggye-ri that may come to light later. Or maybe the North has collected enough data for subcritical tests. These are performed in the laboratory and enable scientists to test atomic weapons without causing an atomic chain reaction or explosion. The North has admitted carrying out such tests recently. Bureau Report, WION.